from ages 4 to age of 6 years old. So the Ministry of Education oversees the quality assurance of early childhood education. It sets standards and guidelines through the National Preschool Curriculum and the Malaysia Early Childhood Education Standard. So, these standards focuses on the holistic development, curriculum effectiveness, and the qualified teachers, also the safe learning environments, and the parental involvement. The Early Childhood Care and the Education Council also plays a role in promoting quality practices and professional development for early childhood educators. So for the third best practices, quality assurance in primary and secondary education is primarily governed by the Ministry of Education. So the standard curriculum for the primary and secondary schools set the framework for the curriculum delivery, emphasizing critical thinking and creativity, and also the 21st century skills. So the Malaysian Examination Syndicate, or the MES, ensures that the integrity and reliability of national examinations, so such as the Primary School Achievement Test, or the UPSR, and the Lower Secondary Assessment, which is the PT3, and the Malaysian Certificate of Education, which is the SPM. For the fourth best practices, the Department of Polytechnic Education and the Department of Community College Education oversee TVET institution in Malaysia. So, the Department of Polytechnic Education and the Department of Community College Education oversee the TVET institution to have a quality assurance to achieve through the Malaysian Skills Certificate, or the SKM, and the Malaysian Vocational Diploma, which is the DVM frameworks. So these frameworks ensure industry relevance, the competency-based training, and the qualified instructors and collaborations with the industry partners. The Malaysian Qualification Agency, or the NQA, also ensure the quality and accreditation of TVET programs. For the fifth best practices, we have the Malaysia has a robust quality assurance for the higher education spread-headed by the Malaysian Qualification Agencies, or the MQA. So this MQA ensures that the quality of programs and institutions through its Malaysian Qualification Register, or the MQR, and the accreditation processes. It evaluates curriculum, teaching and learning methods, faculty qualification, student support services, and research outputs. So additionally, these professional bodies such as the Malaysian Medical Council and the Malaysian Bar Council provide accreditation for specific discipline. So for the six best practices, the Malaysian today is a hotspot for TNE, or the Transnational Education Program. So the TNE program involves cooperation between one or more international higher education institution and one or more domestic partner institution. So, which in Malaysia is typically a private provider. So, in the TNE arrangement between partner institutions tend to vary from program to program, and their details codified in the Memoranda of Understanding, or the MOU, agreed upon by all the partners. So, the twinning programs are the articulation arrangement that allows students to take a year or 2 courses in a Malaysian partner institution. So before transferring their credits to and completing their studies at an international partner institution, example, an American Degree Transfer Program, or the ADTP, which are offered a number of Malaysian and U.S. institutions. ADTP allows students to pursue part of their studies in the Malaysia. and part in the US. So, students completing a twinning program are awarded a degree issued by the international partner institution alone. So for the 7th best practices, we have the Malaysian top performing school system deliver the best possible education for every child. So regardless of the geography, gender, and the socioeconomic background of the child. So this creates a shared set of experiences and aspirations to build a Malaysia's future. So the government will maintain current levels of investment to the aspiration to further maximize student outcomes within the current budget levels. For the 8 practices, students master core subjects such as the mathematics and science and are informed with a rounded general knowledge of Malaysia, Asia, and the world. So, at the most basic level, every child will be fully literate and numerate. So, beyond this, it is important that the student master core subjects such as the mathematics and science, and they are informed with a rounded general knowledge of the Malaysia, Asia, and the world. So, also their histories and people geography. So, this will allow students to encourage to develop their knowledge and skills in other areas such as the arts and sports. So for the 9th best practices, we have the standard-based curriculum implemented beginning 2017 that will focus on student-centered and a differentiated teaching. So the MOE has identified the following areas of knowledge and skills to be taught across the curriculum. So the first one is the financial education, the global sustainability, and the higher order thinking skills or the HOTS. So for the 10th best practices, we have the school-based assessment in the Malaysia context or commonly known as the Pentisikiran Beraraskan Sekula or the BPS implemented in 2011. So, the school-based assessment in Malaysian context are commonly known as the BPS. It is implemented in 2011 at year 1 of the primary school level, consists of the 4 major components. So, we have the school assessment, the central assessment, the physical activities, sports, and the co-curricular activities. We have the assessment and the psychometric assessment. So for the 11th best practices, we have the human rights best practices in school or the Suhakam program in Malaysia. So in line with the the United Nations World Program for Human Rights Education, the Human Rights Commission of Malaysia Human Rights Education in the primary and tertiary level of education, and this is one of their priorities. So, by means of collaborating with the different government agencies and private entities, Suhakam aims to increase the knowledge of human rights as well as the participation of stakeholders, especially the policymakers and members of various pressure groups. So, in making this, the importance of human rights will understood and ingrained in the education system. After analyzing the best practices of Malaysia in their education system,